Yeah, yeah. Go on
All right,
whenever
we're
you're ready.
live. Are you gonna play? Are you gonna play your little intro?
Like I said to everyone, the theme music is Stone Cold Steve Austin. Reason why I said it as well, Ten
Yeah.
Hag 316. That's the era right now. Like I
Okay.
said,
Okay. Guys, let's get started. First of all, we were supposed to have, I think, two other members on the pod today, but
no
they
shows.
won't be able to join us. So it's just me,
I
myself,
think
Abdi, from the
I think
Football
they did a
Philosophy
Ronaldo on us, isn't
podcast.
it?
Sorry.
They did a Ronaldo on us.
Yeah, man, exactly. Yeah. And yeah, so welcome back to the Football Philosophy Podcast, guys. With me today, as usual, is yours truly, Trey, who's a huge Man United fan. What are you saying, Trey? You right?
I'm all good. I'm all good, man. Obviously, big up the viewers. Obviously, I've got some of my family members just watching the show, so big up my brothers. And yeah, man, just
Welcome, welcome.
it's therapeutic when you need to come in here and talk about what's going on in the transfer world. So
Yeah.
I'm just excited to get stuck into it. Let's get down to business.
That's it, man. Yeah, there's no more introduction or anything like that because we've got so much to talk about.
Mm,
Is the summer transfer window? There's so much happening. Is the first proper window after the COVID market, I would say, where a lot of things where a lot of players basically were out of value or teams didn't have enough money to actually go and buy players. But this is the summer where you feel like teams have got kind of gone out of that COVID bubble and all of the things that was going on with COVID and fans not being able to come to the stadium. Now you can see that teams actually do have money to spend. You look at Arsenal, out of all teams trying to, going out there getting a player from Man City. Back then it used to be Man City to us. You look at Chelsea with their new owners, with their new owner Todd Bowley, just going out there like he's playing, FIFA management, coaching management, just trying to get all the best players in the world to come and join Chelsea. So yeah, that's what let's start with Chelsea first of all. They have signed Sterling. It hasn't been announced yet, but it's pretty much done. Sterling. Let's start with that. What do you make of it?
yeah, Chelsea just signed a player from Manchester City that wasn't going to get the minutes that he wanted. So um, it just goes back to sort of what you were saying about the transfers. Obviously, it shows you that City have the strength and depth to let these players go, like a Sterling, like a Jesus, who isn't going to play.
Yep.
Let's be honest. If you sign Haaland,
Yeah.
Jesus is not going to get the minutes. So the fact that
And
City are
Alvarez as well.
Alvarez, the fact that
Yeah.
City are confident that they've got these players, you can have Jesus, you can have Sterling. So it's a good move for Sterling.
Yeah.
Staying in London. He started in London, so he's going back in London. So it's a good move for him. And
He's from
Jesus,
West London as well, Sterling.
West London. So it's just all part of the story. So that's a good move
Yeah,
for Sterling. And for
yeah.
the costs as well, I'm hearing it's around 50, and then it could increase to about 60, isn't it? I believe. I'm not too sure, but you can confirm the details.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, it's for me, Sterling is like first of all, he's a great signing for Chelsea. But obviously, City played last season. We've
Mm.
got some viewers joining us. Let me just mention Mohsin Mahmoud. He says, "Glory, glory, Man United."
That's my brother
Um,
right there, man. Big up
as a
Mohsin. He's
United
obviously,
fan, there, we're gonna
yeah,
get to United in a bit.
of
But
course.
let's talk about Chelsea first of all. They've signed Sterling for. I feel that's not too much if you think about it. A player who scored over 100 goals for Man City. He's been playing. You would think that Sterling's been around for a long time, and he has been around for a long time. But if you look at his age, he's what? He's only 27, 28 years old, and you can easily get out of him like 5, 6, 7 years out of him again. So
Mm.
it's the right kind of investment for Chelsea, and they haven't really signed proper English wingers before.
Mm.
So it is a good signing, but I'm just thinking about Man City's point of view from here. Like obviously, they've sold him, they've got so much money for him. They didn't spend a lot of money on Haaland apart from the wages, so it's kind of a smart investment by them. But if we
Mm.
just go back to Chelsea again, they're not stopping there. They're trying to get Delict because their defense is like right now. All they have is Thiago Silva
Mm.
and
They lost
what's the guy's
Rudiger.
name? Sir
They lost.
Malanga Sar.
They
So
lost Rudiger as well. Rudiger's a
yeah,
massive
Rudiger,
loss.
Christensen as well is gone to
Christian
Barcelona.
Simmons, yep, confirmed
Yeah.
today. Yep.
So can you see a case where they're gonna go for Delict as well as Ronaldo from Man United?
I reckon they'll go for Delete.
Yeah.
They'll try go for De Jong, and they also try go for Ronaldo. But in my opinion, I think Ronaldo's also. I would say his allegiance to Manchester United. I don't think he will
Do
play
you
for
think that
another.
will matter for him though? Do you think he will care much because he wants a team that's in the Champions League and Chelsea are in the Champions League? And to be honest with you, they are in a better position to challenge Man City and Liverpool. Do you think he really cares about that?
No, I reckon he wants to go Bayern Munich. I would reckon if he was to choose a team for his legacy, he'll go to Bayern Munich because Bayern Munich he hasn't played in the Bundesliga before. He has a chance to win the Bundesliga, which will complete the set. Remember, he's won the Premier League, he's won Serie
Yes.
A, he's won La Liga, and to add Bundesliga into that sort of trophy list or medals as a player, what you would get
It
would be
makes
tremendous.
perfect sense. It makes perfect sense for him to go to Bayern. But the thing with Bayern Munich is that they are not really known for signing like superstar
Of
players that
course,
are gonna be on massive wages. You know,
of course.
Ronaldo right now is the highest paid Premier League player. Um, if he goes to Bayern, he's gonna have to reduce his wages quite a lot, and it's a team that has a better chance of winning the Champions League than a team that's not even in the Champions League, like United, or even a team like Chelsea, who are in the Champions League. So you
Yep.
can have a bit of a face value with the United fans if he does go to Bayern. And like you said, it's an opportunity for him to win a league that he hasn't won before. But the issue comes in is that Bayern don't want him. Bayern don't want to sign him. If they're more than happy to go to the season with just Mane, Sané, Gnabry, Coman as they're like sort of with no recognized number 9 if Lewandowski leaves. So the issue for him is that Bayern doesn't really want him.
But let me
Juventus
tell
don't
you
want
this.
him.
Let me
Hmm?
tell you this.
Yeah.
Regardless, we live in an era now where yes, football in terms of a player adding onto a team, it would make sense, of course. But
Yeah.
from a commercial value, regardless of what you would give Ronaldo, you would get that back in shirt sales,
Absolutely. One hundred
endorsements,
percent. Yeah. Yeah.
sponsorships,
Yeah.
different partnerships. It would
Yeah.
just open the doors. So for me, it
Bruv,
would
you know
be
what? Yeah, I believe if he goes to the Bundesliga, where the defense is absolutely
oh,
rubbish, like
oh,
no lies, guys.
he'll
Yeah,
get 35
you
plus.
look like someone like Timo Werner, bruv. How many goals did you score there,
Oh, and
bro?
look at
It's
what he's
so
doing in the
easy to
Prem.
score in
Yeah,
that league.
man.
You know,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
definitely,
dead easy,
definitely,
bruv.
definitely.
So
But it would only happen. Sorry to cut you off. It would only
yeah.
happen under this scenario.
Hmm.
Barcelona want Lewandowski.
Yeah.
Lewandowski wants to go to Barcelona.
Yeah.
Barcelona don't have the money right now, so they need the funds from possibly Manchester United, the 70 million, just the sort of fee, to orchestrate a deal to get Lewandowski. And
Yeah.
then if Lewandowski goes to Barcelona, Ronaldo, they would happily pay for the investment to go there. Definitely,
Yeah.
because that's 58 million they would receive, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Ronaldo could leave Manchester United from around what 30 to 40 million. Let's say
No,
if
actually, it's lower than that. It's around 15 to 20.
oh my gosh, yep, he'll
Yeah.
do that. Come on, you
Yeah.
do it. Think about it. If you're Bayern's owner right now and Barcelona somehow get the 58 that you want for Lewandowski, would you not get Ronaldo for maybe 15, 20 million, like you said?
Easily, easily, I would go game. But the thing is, he would have to reduce his wages. And
Yeah,
if I was in Ronaldo's boots, yeah, listen, right now, I would go there, sign there for one season, just for
yeah.
one season alone, yeah.
Go back to
Reduce your
40.
wages to I don't know 300k, 250k,
Hmm.
whatever it is, yeah, whatever
Yep,
money is getting, for example, yeah,
yep, yep,
and it's called loads of goals,
yep.
have a chance of winning the Champions League.
Mm.
and you playing at one of the greatest clubs that's ever played football. Like, come on, it's
Yeah.
Bayern. Like, that's the Hollywood club. You know what I mean?
That's your team. That's your team, Bayern, man. You love them, man. So
Of
big them
course,
up.
man. Of course.
Big them up, man. Big them up.
Yeah, exactly. So if he has the chance to go there, I would urge him 100% to go there. For me personally, I'm a fan of Ronaldo. You know what I mean? I'm a United fan, so I don't want to see Ronaldo playing in the Europa League. I really, really don't want to see that.
Yeah,
As
you
much
know.
as it would kind of hinder United for to lose a player like Ronaldo. I
Mm,
don't want to see him playing in the Europa League. Come on,
mm,
man. You don't want to see
mm.
Ronaldo on Thursday night, do you?
Yeah,
And Messi's playing in the
yeah.
Wednesday and
No, I
Tuesday in the
respect that. I
Champions League.
respect that. I respect that, Abdi, because I share the same thoughts with you, man. Because that's why I'm not upset if Ronaldo leaves. You know, I'm not upset.
Definitely not.
I
Yeah.
I actually appreciate what he's done. You know, coming to Manchester United under the circumstances.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
last year I went to the Champions League game, against Atalanta. I saw him score a last minute goal. Was
Yeah.
losing
Yeah.
2-0. You can
Yeah.
tell at half time, being at Old Trafford, oh, we're losing 2-0, but comes on, scores the winner. I've got the experience. I've got so there's no love loss if Ronaldo goes to Bayern Munich, plays Champions League football, wins another Bundesliga title to add into that sort of medal list that he has, which is tremendous. So
Yeah.
for
Sorry
me,
about that.
no, for me that would
Go
be
on.
absolutely massive. It would be massive, and I think that would be the best scenario. And then after Bayern Munich, like you said, 1 year, go to Sporting Lisbon where it started, and just add the Portuguese league into your sort of trophy list, and hopefully he wins a World Cup. Let's see. That's my honest opinion. I hope
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Ronaldo. Yeah, I could hear you. I could hear you. I hope Ronaldo wins a World Cup. So that's my general thoughts. But you know what? As we go live here, I just have to just say this. Of course, in my opinion, I definitely feel that Ronaldo for this era is one of the greatest in this era, in my opinion.
Definitely. Yeah. Sorry
In
about
terms
that.
of the
I had a bit of
goals,
a connection problem there.
don't worry, the
Um.
show goes on. The show goes
That's it.
on, no
That's it,
problem.
man. Yeah. Okay. Let me talk to you a little bit about. This is the last question on Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Let's say worst case scenario, he goes to Chelsea, and
Oh
Chelsea end
no.
up signing him,
No.
De Ligt, and De Jong on top of that, and Sterling. Talk to me about that.
I'm not even gonna talk to you about it because it's not gonna happen.
Really? You that confident? Yeah.
Ronaldo's not going to Chelsea. He's not gonna
Yeah.
go to Chelsea. I think he's more or less pushing for Bayern Munich to happen because for me, that's the best scenario for him. Going PSG, PSG are a commercial club. They'll be like a Manchester United of the past, just trying to buy the best players. But in terms of the culture, the philosophy, imagine just this afternoon was
Yeah.
thinking about what happened to PSG in the Champions League against Barcelona. Remember when Barcelona broke them when they done
Yeah.
that
Yeah. I remember.
comeback?
Of course.
I
Of
just think
course, man.
they're cursed in the Champions League. So I just
Yeah.
think that any
Yeah.
player that's going there, I don't think Ronaldo wants to go to PSG or Chelsea. I think the best team he would either go to is Bayern Munich or back to Madrid. Why not join up with Ancelotti again?
But then the issue is not what Ronaldo wants. It's about if these clubs actually want him. Like Real
Exactly.
Madrid right now, yeah, they've got something amazing going on for them.
Yep.
They've
Yep.
got the man Kareem Benzema, the dream. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
so they don't wanna break down all of that again and start
Mm,
Ronaldo. I don't think that's gonna happen.
of
It's gonna be
course.
a case where either he goes to Bayern. If not, he's gonna go back to Sporting Lisbon, who are still in
Oh,
in the Champions League. So
big up. Yeah. I
you know
would
what I
love
mean.
that.
So
I would love that.
that's it. All right, let's move on quickly to De Jong, the situation with De Jong. What I want to start with is, our friend Nathan Best has
Yeah.
actually, broke the news last night. He's a very respectable journalist, I would say, and he was
Yep.
talking about this way earlier than a lot of the journalists were actually talking about it on Twitter, like the Telegraph and stuff like that. So I need to know what his source is and where he got this news from. But unfortunately, he couldn't join us today. But next week he's gonna be with us, hopefully. I just wanted to explain a little bit about,
Let me
what is the
let me do a
situation
quick
with De
shout
Jong.
out I'll do a quick shout out for Nathan Best, of course. So guys that are on LinkedIn, just type in Nathan Best.
Yeah.
He obviously produces some of the best content in terms of what's going on in the football world. So, like what Abdi said, Mr. Philosophy, he broke these news way before journalists
Yeah.
put it out there. He put this theory together. He done the research, of course, and look, it's coming
And
together.
he was right,
He was right. Yep.
Yeah. Do you want to just explain to the audience exactly what's going on, what the situation is with De Jong, United, and Barcelona?
It's very simple. So, just to put it in layman's terms, Barcelona owe De Jong money due to obviously COVID. De Jong was in a situation where he obviously reduced his wages to help Barcelona. So it just shows you as a player that he didn't care about the money. He said, it's no problem, it's COVID. It's fine, let's deal with it. Now, Barcelona and Laporte, he's obviously playing poker right now with the media. He's
Yeah.
saying De Jong's not for sale.
Yeah.
But ultimately, we know the truth, which is De Jong is owed about 17 million pounds, euros. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But
17 million euros. Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
Laporte doesn't want to pay that. Manchester United are willing to pay a fee for De Jong, but I think, in my personal opinion, and I agree with Best, they're negotiating this extra 17 million, which Barcelona are putting in place so they don't have to pay the debt to De
Exactly.
Jong. And with that money as well, we spoke about it just earlier on. Maybe they need that money to get Lewandowski, to get Raphina, because they don't have the funds. Jesse actually gave us the best scenario, which is when you're playing Football Manager and you
Yeah.
don't have the funds for players and you bid around, you
Yeah.
get acceptances, but you don't have the funds. You're just playing games.
It don't mean anything. It
It don't
don't
mean
mean anything.
anything.
Yeah.
You're making
Yeah.
agreements with clubs, but
Yeah.
where's the funds?
Exactly.
So
It doesn't mean
Barca,
anything. No, you've pretty much explained it pretty well. It is staggering to me. It's unbelievable what this club Barcelona are actually all about.
mm,
They've gone out there and they've begged these players to defer their wages, to delay their wages because
you said
they
it
needed
perfectly.
help.
Yep.
There was COVID. They were in so much debt. So they go to Piqué, they go to Sergio Busquets, they go to De Jong, and they're
Mm,
asking them, listen, guys, can you just defer your wages? And we're gonna pay you. We're gonna pay you.
mm,
Now that De Jong is basically told, we want you to stay, but we need the money, therefore we need to sell you. Okay, De Jong says, that's fine, I'm gonna go, but I don't
mm.
want to go, but I'm still gonna go. Just pay me the wages that you owe me. Pay me that 17 million euros or pounds. Of course, anybody in his position is gonna ask for that because he's no longer at the club, he's gone to a new club.
Yep.
And he's gonna go there, he's gonna be like, yo, guys, listen, do you remember that 17 million that you owe me? I need it back.
Yeah, transfer
and
to
and
Monzo.
this
You
is
got my
the main
Monzo account,
reason.
right?
Yeah, this is the main reason that they wanted 100 million from United so they
Yep.
can pay him his 70 million and they can keep the rest. But what they don't understand is, yeah, if this deal does not happen, that is 70 million that they're not gonna get. 70 million. So
Mm.
imagine, yeah, in your mind, are you gonna think about holding on to 17 million or are you gonna get 70 million? It's pretty simple. Just do the deal,
Simple.
get it done.
Laporta. He's playing poker with the media, so that us fans, no, it's true. So that
Yeah.
fans who are on Twitter
Yeah.
24/7 looking at updates, saying, "Oh, Laporta said he's not for sale," and they're laughing, but
Yeah.
in the back end, we know what's going on. Barcelona need a piece. They need the money, but
Yeah.
they obviously want Manchester United to pay a little bit more extra than 70 million, like you said. And I reckon that's why the deal was dragged. This would have been done weeks ago.
Yeah.
It would have been done weeks ago. But right now, Manchester United are in a position of power. If Woodward was in charge, he would have paid this long time ago. But we have to, we've got to put our trousers on and play the negotiation game. We're in a position of power. We don't have
Yeah,
to
exactly. But
pay,
you have to also be careful that you're not gonna waste your time. You know what I
of
mean? Like,
course,
because a team like PSG can come in, make a bid for him, and they can just take him easily. Like they'll pay 100 million for him.
and
You know what I
Chelsea.
mean? Like and they wouldn't even care. Chelsea can do the same thing. So you have to always be careful and not to put all your eggs in one basket. You have to think, contingency plan. If worst case scenario, De Jong doesn't come in,
We've
who's
got
their number
Ericsson.
two target?
We've got Ericsson. We've just signed him, right? Or it's not confirmed.
No, Ericsson is pretty much done. It's not confirmed here.
Yeah.
Ericsson is pretty much done, and he's sort of like a replacement for Jesse Lingard. He's sort of like, the guy when Bruno gets injured or Bruno is out of form or he's having one of
I'm
these
happy with
crazy
that.
days. Ericsson can come in and have an impact, but he's not the player that's gonna get the ball from defense to attack. That's De Jong. That's what De Jong is. I'm not hearing any rumors about contingency plan if anything goes wrong with De Jong. So it either tells you one or two things. The first thing is that United are so confident that this deal is going to happen, that they know it's going to happen, or that they're actually so incompetent and that they all put all their eggs in one basket. And I think only time is going to tell. If we just move on also to Anthony and Raphina.
Yeah.
Anthony and Raphina are both Brazilians, yeah. One plays for Ajax in the Eredivisie in Holland, and another one plays for Leeds in the Premier League. Now they both play pretty much in the same positions. If you had the choice right now to spend 70 million on one player out of these two guys, who are you gonna go for?
You know what? I have to big up Mr. Philosophy because you come up with one of the best questions in a long time. I can't.
No, you know what? I've been wanting to ask a question in the group, but I just I think I forgot.
It's a very good question. Rafinha and Anthony, they're both similar. They both play on the right, isn't it? But they're both left footers who cut in.
Yes, both left footed, yeah.
Exactly. So
Very skillful, both players.
Very skillful, flair type of players. If I was to choose one, and the reason why I would obviously make this choice is because I have a strong belief if you have a chemistry with a player as a manager, the player would always do what you say. There's that he knows what you're putting out. In terms of you give a player an instruction, he'll do it because he's been there with you, his experience, his energy. So if I was to choose a player for Ten Hag, for Ten Hag's 316 era, it would have to be Anthony, in my opinion, because he's done the business with him already. They've won titles, and I definitely feel that if we need to bring something different to the Premier League, and I feel that Ten Hag is going to try to build something. And if he had the money, I reckon he would have signed him straight away.
My issue with this is, and where I completely or kind of disagree with you, is that Rafinha is a proven Premier League player.
Yep.
He's played for a team that fought relegation. That tells you he's got the stomach to fight in the Premier League. The guy is experienced in the Premier League already. Whereas Anthony, when I see him, bro, all I'm thinking about is Depay coming from PSV to Man United in the Van Gaal era. You remember that, yeah?
Man, yeah, that's your guy, Van Gaal as well, man. Van Gaal's
that's what I'm thinking about. Obviously, Rafinha and Depay might not have the same sort of mentality. Depay was sort of like flashy about his ways, stuff like that. And
Anthony's Brazilian.
Anthony, you could have that grit about him.
He's a winner.
He could have it, but he's not proven yet. You see what I mean? Like, he's not proven in the Premier League. There is a massive difference between the Dutch league and the Premier League.
100%.
I'm thinking right now, United apparently they made a bid of 51 million for him. I'm just thinking if they make that same bid for Rafinha, deal done, closed, he's gonna come to you.
Definitely, I agree with you 100%. But you know what? No, you know what? I agree with level one. Like it does make sense to
go with the guy with the Premiership experience.
Premier League experience.
Yeah.
Regardless, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I would take either one. I'm not gonna lie. So obviously the vote is 2-1 in this situation. Obviously, big up level one, obviously for the response always, man.
This one.
For me, I can't complain. All I want from Manchester United is for us to change our dynamics of our midfield. Because right now, we just need a defensive midfielder. We need a centre midfielder like a Frankie De Jong, who's obviously going to be playing a bit deep, so he can get the ball from deep and distribute play. So our attackers, whoever's going to be our attackers, could be Martial, could be Rashford, who knows, Ten Hag. You know what? Speaking of that subject, I'm gonna speak to you about this,
Yeah, go for
Mr. Philosophy. Obviously, you're the man for this. Rashford obviously didn't have the best seasons, of course, last season. He obviously maybe was going through issues also out off the pitch, let's say.
Yeah, yeah,
Under a new manager,
yeah,
under guidance, under sort of being coached properly, doing the right things, working
yes.
on decision making, do you think Rashford can excel under Ten Hag in the next few years?
That is a very good question, and you know what? Yeah, he's a player that we have to keep an eye on, because I believe, yeah, this season, the season that's coming now, is gonna be sort of like the defining season for him. I really believe that, especially with United, because this is what's gonna happen with Eric Ten Hag. Yeah, if he's not happy with you, next summer you're gone. This
Mm,
summer, sort of like, 6 players got cleared out. The likes of Matic left on his own, Pogba left on his own, so Lingard, all of these players, they kind
mm,
of left on their own. Eric Ten Hag really didn't have any influence on the players that have been sold so far.
mm,
Although I'm sure he would have loved to sell all of them anyway, because they were deadwood. But Rashford has come back from preseason pretty early. Wasn't involved in any of the games with England.
mm.
At the end of last season, which gave him the time off to rethink and basically recharge the battery and then come back
Okay.
stronger. The one thing I want to see from Rashford is just keeping it simple. Bro,
Mm,
you don't have to take on 3, 4 players at the same
mm,
time. You don't
mm,
have to go running into a wall of players. Just keep it simple. Calm down. Do the simple things. Pass the ball. Whenever you're just make a simple pass. Pass, move. That's what Eric Ten Hag is all about. If
mm.
you can do that, you will succeed. That's why players like Van de Beek is going to work out. Ericsson is going to work out. And that's why I'm also worried about Bruno Fernandes, because the guy doesn't like passing movie. He's all about that long pass. So with Rashford, I would say it doesn't matter where you play, left, right, in the middle, just take it easy. You know what I mean? Like, so level one says Marcus Rashford is a mid-table player at best. You can't grow his skills over a summer.
He's right. No, he's right. These are valid points. He's completely right. That's why you're right in what you're saying in terms of this is
But
make or
I don't
break.
I don't agree that he's a mid-table player though at best. I really don't agree with that, because you look at Rashford, the numbers that he put up, yeah, under
Oh,
Oli. What happened last season with Oli? Let me explain to you guys
yep,
something quickly. Yeah,
yeah.
what
This
happened
is
with
your
Rashford
platform.
last season? Obviously, there was issues off the pitch. That's guaranteed. But the main issue that Rashford had last season was due to being overplayed too many games
Oh,
with
trust me.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, with
Yep,
Mourinho, with
yep.
Louis van Gaal. We never looked after this kid when he was 18 years old and he was coming through. We played him again and again and again, especially under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He was obsessed with Rashford and Bruno. I remember a game here where United were losing. No, they won 4-0 against Real Sociedad away from home. And in the Europa League, 4-0 already away, you've won. The following game, United are playing at home. You're already 4 goals up, and he starts Rashford and Bruno Fernandes. So my point is, he played too many games. This is normal at any young age. Players get burnt out. He's only 22, 23 years old right now. If you look at Foden, with an experienced manager that knows exactly what he's doing,
Oh,
he
trust me.
looked after him. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Look at Foden right now, the way he's playing. His mentality is all different because he hasn't been overplayed. So
Mm.
Rashford, for me, I don't believe that he's a mid-table player. He's a very, very good player. And if you look at 2 seasons ago, he was up there fighting with players, I think he was getting like 25 goals, 20 goals a season.
You know what's so crazy?
Unbelievable.
You know what's crazy as well. Let me add in a stat there. Do you know Rashford's had over 200 Premier League appearances
Yeah.
for Manchester United? He scored what over 50 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah,
as well. So you could say out of maybe 5 or 6 seasons, he's had like one bad season, or maybe you can argue maybe a couple. But overall, we have to agree in terms of his numbers, in terms of his experience, that he's got over 200 Premier League games.
exactly. And let me add one more thing here, guys. What I
Mm,
would say to you is anybody who's watching out there, if you're a United fan, I just want to make something clear. Don't judge any players that have played last season according to what you've seen last season. Don't. Last season was, I don't know, something weird was going on with United. It
yeah,
was
man.
strange. They
Mm,
started the season the right way, winning 5-1 against Leeds, winning at Wolves. And I don't know, was it last minute goal from Greenwood?
yeah.
Um, and they started the season properly. But something happened just like that. Everything went downhill. Maguire, Rashford,
Oh,
Wan-Bissaka. I mean,
oh,
just it kept getting worse and worse and worse. Even Martial. I would just say, let's see how the season goes. If they don't pick up the pace, if they don't, act properly this season, then I'm not gonna defend anyone, man, because this is the season that's gonna define them, their United careers. I would say even Bruno Fernandes. Don't think
yeah.
that just because you scored all of these goals that you're gonna be sort of like out of the wood here. But
You know, he's taking
everybody,
Matt's shirt as well. He's
what's
taking the
that?
number. He's taking the number 8 shirt. Matter.
Who? What? Bruno is gonna take the number 8 shirt.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That would be
hearing, man.
great. Yeah, that would be great
That's
because
what I'm
Mata
hearing.
left, and I think Ericsson's gonna take the number 21 shirt, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Oh, level one. How many chances has Rashford created?
Oh, it's a good question, man. Well, how many chances?
What, last season?
Last season he was poor. I think
No, last
you've
season was
established
poor.
that.
But
Yeah,
if
man.
you go back to the season before that and the one before that, especially after United came back from the lockdown, him, Rashford, him, Martial, and Greenwood,
Oh,
that front
Martial as
three
well.
was demon, bro. They were demons out there, man.
What do you think about
Like,
Martial? What do you think is gonna happen to him? Like, is it make or break for him as well? Are we gonna sell him? Like,
yeah, I
what's
mean,
going on?
Martial is gonna get what he always wanted, which is to play at the number 9 position at United because
Oh, you
Ronaldo is
reckon he's
gonna
gonna
leave.
play? You reckon he's gonna start?
Yeah, because Ronaldo is gonna leave, so
Hmm.
there's no other recognized number 9 out there. Rashford is Rashford only wants to play on the left, so that rules out him
So are
playing
you
in the middle.
saying Rashford on the left, Martial through the middle, Sancho on the right, or Anthony on the right?
Yeah, it could happen. Yeah, I mean, Sancho could play on the right as well, on the left. So yeah, they're gonna be rotating. So you never know.
Okay.
Um, yeah.
Interesting.
So I'm intrigued to see how this is all gonna go this summer. There's gonna be so many players. I need to find out how many chances Rashford created. Not last season because last season was just a terrible season. But before that, I'll
Hmm.
find out and make sure you follow me on Twitter. I will talk to you level one. I'll find out for you. That's my Twitter handle AB20. Um, so yeah, this summer is gonna be absolutely madness. I think we're gonna have another podcast about all of these players, moving around and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Is there anything else you want to add before we wrap it up?
Um, you've covered it the best, if I'm honest with you. Obviously, I really enjoyed the pod. Obviously, big up. The football philosophy is something that we started, and just to see the growth and just to see the involvement and also the engagement as well, it's going to be great. It's going to obviously be on Spotify, so I'm really excited to get involved in that.
Yeah,
And yeah, guys, just follow the channel. Follow the channel. We just come in here. We're honest people. We just talk about football.
salute, guys.
And Mr. Philosophy himself, he knows his stuff, and there's a reason why I call him Mr. Philosophy for a reason. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, so guys, we're gonna have another episode next week. I think it's gonna be on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
And
that's
yeah,
gonna
we
be a
got we got
juicy
a lot
one.
more to talk about. I am
We got Nathan
intrigued.
Best coming on that one, innit?
Yes, yeah, Nathan Best,
That's
the
our
man. Yeah,
journalist. That's our journalist. Obviously, done
the
some work
legend.
with United Stand. So just to have him a part of the sort of journey, it's a beautiful
Yeah,
one. And there's a reason why he's got Best on his name, Manchester United supporter as
yeah.
well.
Yeah,
Fitting.
no, he's a transfer guru. He's our transfer guru. The guy knows exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah,
He's
it
got
does.
links everywhere. So he's a journalist, you know what I mean? So Yeah, so I want to see where Ronaldo's going to end up, but I would like to see this resolved very, very soon.
Yeah, eminently.
Sterling is obviously going to go to Chelsea, De Ligt, De Jong. We need to find out Raphina, Anthony, all of these guys.
Mm.
It's gonna be mad transfer window. We already had players like Haaland moving, Sadio
Mm.
Mane moving, and obviously, yeah, it's only gonna get crazier and crazier, I believe.
Wait, where did the money go again?
Bayern, innit? So
You
yeah,
know
I
what?
mean,
I could enjoy my African brother now, man. I probably can get a Bayern shirt now, mine at the back. No Liverpool allegiances, so absolutely love
yeah,
that. They let go of the wrong man.
yeah, yeah, 100%. I mean,
They
he
should
was
have
the
let
engine.
Salah
He
go.
he was the engine that kept that attack together. Like
He
just
was
his
part of the
pressing.
journey from the beginning. Remember that was one of Klopp's first signings.
Yeah. I
Part
mean,
of the
you
journey.
can't really underestimate Mohamed Salah because he scores goals for non-stop, man.
But
Just
Mane
he's a
scored
machine.
the most crucial, important goals in terms of big
That's
games.
right. Yeah,
You think about that goal against Bayern Munich in the Champions
that's
League
right.
when he
Yeah,
done that
yeah,
turn,
yeah.
Muya.
Yeah.
That's a big moment, big game. So for
Yeah,
me,
Mane
Mane,
doesn't score easy goals, man. He always scores
yeah.
hard goals, man. Top
Mm.
goals. Yeah, so guys, we've got so level one, and all of you guys, thank you so much for commenting and for watching the show. I will see you on the next episode. Like Trey said, we are gonna have the audio version of this available, so you can listen to it on your way to on your commute to work. It's gonna be available on all podcast platforms. If you have Apple iPhone, it's gonna be available on Apple Podcast, or if you got Spotify, it's gonna be available on there as well. And yeah, so that's it, Trey. Thank you so much
One
for joining me.
way. Hold on, hold on.
All right, okay, I'll hold, I'll hold.
You know it has to be done.
Okay, all right then.